Hello, folks. So I'm just going to explain to you how the cryptocurrency works. So you go to the bank, you send them an email, whatever. The bank's sitting there, and you say to them, "Can you take out of my account the electronic currency, the Bitcoin, the whatever it is, the cryptocurrency? Even if it's not cryptocurrency, it's all the same blag. It's all blag." And you tell them, "Can you email that to this other email?" Because it's tantamount, like an electronic transfer is tantamount to sending an email. So you can't send an email. You need the bank to send an email of cryptocurrency, electronic funds transfer, and yeah, that's the business. No one's seeing the irony in that yet. Like, let's just say, for example, I have $13 trillion in cryptocurrency, and it was agreed by the Federal Reserve that it equates to, you know, $13 trillion, but really it's 25 zitcoins. And yeah, I'm gonna pop them zitcoins. I'm gonna buy some Lamborghinis, buy some big estates in Miami, Florida, and I'm gonna get a Rolls Royce with my own name on it. And instead of the angel on the front, I'm going to have a little gold statue of myself on the front. So I'm going to ask the same bank, "Can you just send that email over?" And they say, "Yeah," because I built up 13 trillion by sending out cryptocurrency. Just, no, does that not make sense? Like, okay, say I'm the one who distributes fur coats. So I go to the fur coat shop, and then I say, like, I set up an Amazon account, and then people email me the money, and I email them the coat, right? And then I get the money emailed into the bank, not to me. All I do is I just email the coat out, isn't it? I don't even email the coat out. I just email the receipt that the coat has been sent from the coat shop, or with the car, if it's a car, right? Like Mr. Amazon, what's his name? Bezos, which means kisses. So he's retiring, isn't he? Because basically he just can't eat all that money. Even if his generations lasted for 1,000 generations, there's no way that they could eat all that money. It's just an physical impossibility as he swallows up the whole of the internet. Like, not him, because how can he be the one who's making all the money if he's retiring? Somewhere lurking in the background, in the shadows behind the wallpaper, he's got a bank account. And who do you think controls the bank account? Who do you think controls the account? Do you think he's got? Do you think he hasn't got teams of lawyers? Do you think he just sits there stacking all the money up in his living room, going, "Oh, look at all that lovely lolly"? Or do you think it all just comes in through electronic funds transfer in email? Like, he gets an email to say, like, you know, "We've put these figures on this piece of Excel spreadsheet that says that you've got, 10 bajillion, gajillion, zillion, trillion, billion, million ad infinitum funds available." I mean, imagine if he went to the bank for a loan and used that as collateral. He said that, like, "There's me deposit, there's me 13 trillion, billion, million. So I want to loan 10%. Like, I want to advance that as a deposit and loan gajillion, bajillion, zillion, trillion, million, billion. Do you not see? Do you not see how ludicrous? No, is that not making any sense? Can I put it a better way then? Imagine he had 1 penny. Imagine Bezos only ever like profited 1 penny, and he gave all the money to the government, and he said to the government, right, there's all my bajillions and zillions and trillions, right? And he said, right, all I want you to do in this trust, like imagine if he set it up as a trust, and he said, I'll buy out the Federal Reserve so that the government can now run, or even with the Bank of England or the European Central Bank or the Bank of China, whichever, you know what I mean? He's probably got enough money to buy them all out. If he took that loan out of the bank, do you know what I mean? Imagine if he took the loan out, right, and that was like a run on the bank in order, because you know the bankers have just got these like greedy little eyes and the grubby little mitts, you know, they're like, whoa, you know, so they rustle all of the emails up, and now he's suddenly got 10 zillion, bajillion, trillion, billion, billion, more than he's ever had, right? Because he used his own gajillion billions for the deposit on his loan. You know, like if you go to get a mortgage, you want to buy, you want to invest 30 years of your life in order that you can have a shelter over your head. Right, this is how ludicrous it gets. Right, so back to the point. So, you know, so so say the house costs $300,000, euros, renminbi, pounds, whatever, 300 units of account, right? So you've got 30,000 because the bank says, well, you need at least 10%, and we need to know that you're working in our system, so that you're on the hamster wheel, we're pedaling away, so we can send you these emails to say that you've hit the mark today, and so Bezos, he's hitting the mark every day, isn't he? And so he's bought out now the Federal Reserve, and he said to the government, okay, what we're going to do, we're going to redo all of the roads, we're going to do all of the urban areas, we're going to make it absolutely fantastic. There's going to be fountains, there's going to be greenery, there's going to be fruit trees and vegetable plots, and everyone's going to have everything that they need, so we can do away with this money idea. So you get up in the morning, you look out the window and you go, wow, it's a fresh new day. I think I'll go and, pick some berries and milk the goats, and then I'll go and play on the lute, or, the electronic xylophone or whatever it is, violin, drums, anything you want, because it's all like downloadable for free on the internet, because Bezos has basically said, with all of money, and then he reneges on paying the debt back, because he gives he pays the politicians, then he pays the politicians off because they're totally open for business for that type of investment on their behalf. He pays them off, right, not to be corrupt anymore, and not to involve themselves with Federal Reserve debt notes, right? So everyone's got everything they need. All the roads are redesigned and upgraded, and everything is there's no death on the roads now. There's no crime. There's no sickness and illness in so much as like pandemics and all that rubbish. Schools have been obliterated. All the kids go to like a little citizens type, little folk schools, and they learn to sing songs and useful things, like they go into the garden, and or even they go on the farm. They go on the farm and help, where there's, the machinery isn't like big industrial stupid machinery that kills politicians who speak about Israel. And yeah, it's just like there's fresh clean water, fresh clean air, the soil's clean, and there's no corruption. Like, like just based on this loan thing that then Bezos has got. So he went with 10%, 13 billion, whatever he's worth, 26, whatever he's worth. He took that to the bank as his 10% deposit. Gets all the money in the world because that's how much like he can afford to borrow. And they want to charge him interest on that. So like if I've got 10 units of whatever, and then I say, like, these 10 units can be distributed evenly with interest. So that means I need 11 units back. So those 11 units don't exist in reality. So I can get 10 units back. And then, because you agreed to it, I'll come and take your house, car, wife, family, all your belongings, and all your legacy forever and ever. Amen. Sound like a plan? I mean, yeah, you'd have to consider it on a philosophical level. I'm obviously not saying it like in a comedic, humorous kind of way, but the thought just struck me, like, how come these super privileged banks get the opportunity to send an email, basically send an email, because when you write a check out, you've done the performance, you've written the check, the bank just stamp it, put it in the bin, and then just write on the computer, the idiot gave us something to trade with, and then they go into the investment market and plunder your country now into more debt because you're a citizen with your national insurance or your social security number, and you're just like twirling around, twirling, and you don't know where you are, and your kids are getting their heads kicked in at school because they've got to be LGBT because they're going to bring that in as law, and then you've got no prospects, and then women are all going to be like ruling everywhere. Well, they're not, but they're gonna be told that they are. So like women haven't really got the position to sort of like argue because all the men aren't protecting them, the men aren't like with them. So everything's all to cock, and Bezos is sitting there counting his stacks of money and not going to the banks. And like, can you imagine the war, Jeff Bezos versus the banks? I was just running scenarios through my mind. Like, hasn't Jeff Bezos got mates? Isn't he mates with Elon Musk? I thought they were like gonna change the world's moneyscape and all this. Like, so the pressure I see where it needs putting on is that, well, it's kind of deep, isn't it? It's kind of not deep. It's dead surface level, isn't it? Not being a flunky, not being a slave. That's like dead surface level. But then you've got to get the goods in order to work out how you're gonna formulate your life. So you can't really plan for the future in this theatre of absurdity. And in fact, someone was describing in a video I was watching there, can't remember what it was, but Machiavellian politics. Like, we're very much in Machiavellian politics. Oh, I think it was the Gustav Vasa video about the King of Sweden, the Empire Builder, the second one, part two. But he was saying that, he was brutishly harsh, but that got the job done. So the thing is like we're not getting the job done at the minute for the people, but the phony politicians with their little banker bosses, they're getting their job done. So it's done in a Machiavellian way, like it's like carrot dangling, isn't it? You can't go out, you can't go out, no, you can't go out. You can stop wearing the mask. You can literally stop wearing. No, you can't. You can travel to wherever you want. You can't, like, all the planes are running, like, but you can't get on them. And then and when you come back, you've got to get a hotel and fund it, like in Britain anyway, because of our foreign government. Literally, they're all foreign now. I think there's about two that aren't foreign, and even that's dubious, like. So, the absurdity is like everyone's pretty much awake to it, except the military. The military are just like they're just like a kip. Where are they? What are they doing? Why aren't they just dragging the parliamentarians and the congressmen and the senate, like physically dragging them out by the hair and kicking their heads in on the street for the treachery that they're plying? Like they're selling this. It's costing the public mucho dinero. See how I used Spanish there? So and a bit of Italian. So just thoughts to ponder on in this crazy setup that we call our world.